Hello my darlings, I'm TwisTay and today I'm going to be talking to you about a movie that really digs in to what the horror genre is all about. I'm going to talk to you guys about The Autopsy of Jane Doe. The story is about a father and son coroner duo who work at a mortuary and a crematorium, and suddenly they get this body that is unknown, and the sheriff asks them to check it out and they need information about the body within 24 hours. There's no ID on the person, so they are calling her Jane Doe. Right after they start to dissect and see what is going on, they start to realize that not everything is as it seems. This movie takes place in a mortuary, which, in all honesty, I have not seen quite a few horror movies where its central location is a mortuary and it actually works. Yeah, there's been a few movies where maybe a few scenes were in a mortuary, like maybe a main character or a vampire was sleeping there, but this is actually quite interesting. What I also like about it is even though it's in one set location, I was still glued to my seat, I was still excited about it, and I still wanted to learn more as to what in fact this Jane Doe had and what kind of mysteries is in Jane Doe herself that these two coroners are trying to solve, and what the hell she was doing in the location where she was found. Alright my darlings, let's get down to business of what it has and what it has not, and I will let you know if The Autopsy of Jane Doe is worth watching or if you should just dissect something else. There are two horror cliches, and one of the cliches is the coroners, they have a cat that lives with them, and once the cat sees the body of Jane Doe, it starts to hiss, indicating that the cat has a sixth sense that there's something wrong with the body, and anybody else who sees the body just sees a dead body, but that cat knows better. There are 7 eerie moments, and these eerie moments, they had me sitting on the edge of my seat, but at the same time I was glued to my screen to see what the hell was gonna happen. One of the scenes is that the son is walking down the hall and there is a reflective mirror that shows when somebody's coming around the corner up against the wall, and he looks up and there's a figure just standing there. And then when he turns around the corner, that figure is gone, and then when he looks up at the reflection, that's gone too. So it kind of gives you a sense of uncomfortableness, especially knowing that the place where the location is at has a bunch of dead people. Total amount of suspenseful moments. There are 6 suspenseful moments, and these suspenseful moments had me covering my eyes a couple of times because it was just so creepy. One suspenseful moment is when the gentlemen are taking part of the autopsy, and then they learn more and more strange parts about her. Like, they learn that her wrists and her ankles are fractured, but on the outside there's no bruising, there's no clots, there's nothing to indicate that she had any bodily harm on her. And then they dig further and further into her, and it just gets really bizarre, and just to see them just cut into the body like that is just kind of creepy. But then there's other stuff in case you're used to watching that type of stuff. Total amount of jump scares. There are 3 jump scares. 2 of them were stupid, 1 of them was good. And one of the jump scares is the scene is extremely quiet and the coroner, that's the son, is looking down the hall, and then suddenly you see a hand go on his shoulder, he turns around and it's his girlfriend, and it's a loud booming noise. Yeah, it's kind of dumb to have that type of a jump scare. I'm gonna give The Autopsy of Jane Doe 4 out of 5 stars. This was actually very creative, it was very unique. The setting, even though it was in one location the entire time, it was still entertaining, had me on the edge of my seat, and it had me invested, had me thinking, what the hell else is gonna happen? So guys, I highly recommend that you watch this. If you're not into dissections or mortuaries or watching people cut open a dead body, then I'm sorry, but just enjoy. So have any of you guys seen The Autopsy of Jane Doe? What did you think about it? Have you ever watched a movie where the entirety of it was set in a mortuary or a crematorium? Please write your comments down below and we will have a discussion about that. Do you have a horror movie that you would like for me to review? Old or new, or even a foreign movie? Please write them down below and I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. If you liked what you've seen, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. So, until next time, my loves,